Hi, this is Brendan from Watto Training, and in this tutorial we're going to be doing some pull-push steering in a figure of 8 in a quiet car park. So the first thing is, I've got my seat set up, my steering wheel's correctly set up, my seat belt's on, my mirrors are set up. Car park is currently vacant, it's early in the morning so I can do my demonstration. Put my foot on the brake, select drive, scanning around the vehicle, it's all clear. Bring the park brake off, still scanning. Got my hands at 10 to 2. You can also use 9 to 3, but I've got 10 to 2 at the moment. And I'm not tucking my thumbs in. I've got my thumbs just gently resting up on the steering wheel. And as I move off with the pull push, I'm feeding the steering wheel. So what I do is I just keep my left hand on the left side of the wheel and my right hand on the right side of the wheel. I take it nice and slow. I look where I want to go. So I'm actually looking out past this pillar A to where I want to go, and I know it's all clear. And I bring the right hand down and then push up with the left. Okay, so the left hand is working the left side of the wheel and the right hand is working the right side of the wheel. So with this technique, it's a nice, smooth technique where at any point in time, your hands are well positioned to control the vehicle. So the steering that I'm currently using this technique for is smooth and it's controlled, and that way if anything untoward happened, we are at the ready to respond. So it's a really good one to use for, I find, for roundabouts, for corners, for bends. And if you think about also things like driving a manual where you're changing gears, the good thing about the pull push technique is you have your hands well positioned such that if you need to go down and change gears, you change gears and bring your hands back up as well. So I think one of the other things too is when you're doing the pull push steering is just making sure that your vision is a high priority, because one thing that I find that people often do is when they're teaching people to steer, they neglect to teach them to look as well where they're going. So I'm constantly checking that it's all clear in the direction that I want to travel. And what links in as well with our vision and our steering is also making sure, as I said earlier, that our seat, steering wheel, seat belt are all correctly set up. And that as I'm going around, I've got my left foot on the footrest in this automatic vehicle and nice gentle input on the accelerator. So your speed is also a critical factor as well. So to repeat, correct seat setup, correct steering technique, correct observation and scanning, and correct speed control. If you drive too fast around corners, it puts you under pressure. If you take it nice and steady and your steering is nice and steady, it lowers the risk of things going wrong dramatically. And I think it's more important to get to places in one piece in a safe manner than to rush there and to risk having a crash and either damaging property or getting an injury to yourself, or even worse, or to somebody else.